Morning, Sheffield Panthers. Today's lesson with Coach is striking with long-handled implements. So a long-handled implement is like a baseball bat, hockey stick, golf club. So today's lesson, we're going to talk about baseball bats, how we hold them, how we swing them. That's the long-handled implement for today's lesson. So younger guys, K through 2, you're going to focus on hitting a ball off a tee, a cone. If you have that available to you, you're going to hit a stationary object, which means it's not moving. So your job is to find something to put a ball on. And if you have a bat, baseball bat, softball bat, wiffle ball bat, you can use that. If you don't have anything like that, you can ball up a piece of paper. You can use your hand. Just set it on something, and you're going to focus on trying to strike it and hit it off the tee, the cone, or whatever you have available at your house. Okay? Older guys, 3 through 5, you're going to be using a tee, or if you have somebody to toss you the ball, you can practice hitting a moving object. Okay? So you can be working on stationary or moving objects. And what you'll do, since you're going to be a little more advanced, or if you younger guys play baseball and you're more advanced and you say, Coach, hitting off a tee is easy for me already. So you can move on to somebody tossing it to you or pitching it to you as well. But older guys, your focus is going to be moving the tee around, shifting it up, shifting it down, inside, outside, and you're going to practice hitting balls in certain directions. So if you set the tee up to the outside, you would practice hitting the ball to the opposite field, setting it up inside, turning on the ball, pulling it down the middle, hitting it straight up the middle, moving the height of the tee up and down, hitting high pitches, hitting low pitches. So that's more the focus for our 3rd through 5th graders. K through 2, you're just working on hitting it waist level, making contact, seeing the ball, hit the bat, okay? So, first thing when you're using the bats, you have to remember your safety. So I don't want you to swing the bat in the house, okay? And if you are in the house using a wiffle ball bat or a rubber bat or something like that, you always make sure you have at least 5 feet of space around you where you're not hitting people or things. Same thing for outside. If you're working outside with somebody, remember you never want to swing the bat when someone is directly behind you or close to you, because you don't want to hit them with the bat, and you don't want to hit the ball if they're right out in front of you, because you don't want to hit them in the head with the ball when it comes off the bat. So remember your safety rules before you start to do any of this. All right? Each grade level, you have essential questions. You have some higher thinking questions. So after you watch the video, after you practice the lesson, go back, try to answer your questions with your parent, your brother, sister, whoever's there with you. If you don't have anybody, message Coach. We could talk about the lesson on our posts. So let's scroll down. So here's some of the things you can do. You can hit off a cone or tee into a fence. You can hit off a tee or a cone in an open field, or if you have a big yard, you can do that. You can, if you have this available, you can tie a rope around a ball, or you can, if you have really creative parents, you can drill a hole in a ball, run a rope through it, tie it up tight, and you can tie that rope to the top of your basketball hoop or something where it's hanging down, and you can practice hitting the ball that way if you don't have a tee or a cone. Or you can have somebody toss it to you, which we call soft toss, or if you have a field or somewhere big you can go, you can have somebody pitch it to you normally, just overhand pitching like we would do in a real baseball game. So those are some of the ways that you can work on your fundamentals, your swings, get your reps in for this lesson. Okay? So just remember your safety before you do anything. Make sure you are in the open. Make sure you're not going to hit anything and break it. Make sure you're not doing it in the house unless your parents have given you permission. And if you don't have anything, bat, baseballs, anything like that, remember you can just ball some paper up, use your hand, toss it up, hit it with your hand, or if you have something you can set it on, you can hit the paper off whatever your object is and practice that way. Okay? So Coach is going to pause for a minute and he's going to get his tea out and we're all going to go over the vocabulary words together. Okay, our first vocab word is horizontal. So horizontal means how I'm going to swing my bat. So vertical means up and down. We don't want to swing a bat like that. We want to swing it horizontally, okay? So that's what that means. So horizontal means the direction of our swing. Side orientation, that just means where do I hit from? So Coach is right-handed, so he would get technically on the left side of the plate, closest to third base. So right-handers, we would set up on the right side of the plate, or excuse me, the left side of the plate. Left-handers, you would just swap over where you would technically be on the right side of the field, closest to first base. So if I'm left-handed, I'm on this side of the plate. If I'm right-handed, I'm on this side of the plate if I'm facing the pitcher, okay? Two-handed grip. So that just means how do I hold the bat. So what you want to try to do is line your knuckles up when you hit. So that lets your wrist snap through and swing the bat the way you should. You don't want your knuckles to be over by your wrist on one hand. You don't want to hold your hands crooked like this. So we want to try to line our knuckles up, and that lets our wrists snap through when we're hitting the baseball. All right, this says favorite hand on bottom. Coach doesn't like that, and if you've heard me talk about it before, you know I don't like that term. You put your dominant hand on top. So if you're right-handed and you're batting from the right side, your right hand's going to go on top of the top of the bat. Your left hand's going to go on the bottom. Now, if you're left-handed, you might, if you switch it, you might say, Coach, my right hand is still my dominant because I'm right-handed. But if you're batting from the left side, your left hand is going to become your dominant and your left hand goes on top. So left-handers, your left hand goes on top of your right hand when you're hitting. Right-handers, your right hand goes on top of the bat when you're hitting. All right, hands back. So that just means when I'm in my stance, I'm not going to stand here like this because then if I swing, I get nothing on it. I want my hands back so when I swing, I get all this reach through my swing. All right? Eye on the ball. So if I'm just learning, if I'm a K through 2 guy, I'm going to just keep my eye right on the ball so when I swing, I see myself hitting the ball. I don't start to swing and pull my head out because then when I've done that, I can miss the ball. I want my eye on the ball through contact. So I've hit the ball and now my head comes off because my swing has pulled it off, not because I'm looking before I hit the ball. All right, level swing. So if this is here, a level swing is going to be straight through it, okay? Swinging up at it is not level. Chopping down at it is not level. We want to go straight through the ball on the same plane the ball's on. So if the ball's there, I have a plane. If I raise it up, my plane's going to be different, but I'm still going to go straight through the ball. I'm not going to lift up. I'm not going to chop down. So that's level swing. All right, my follow through. So I'm swinging. I've made contact, and then my follow-through will go where my swing takes me. So if I'm hitting it to right field, my follow-through should finish to the right side. If I pulled the ball, my follow-through should finish to the left side. And if I've hit it right up the middle, my follow-through should finish right up the middle. Okay? And the last word, force, that just means how hard I'm going to swing. So If I swing like this, how far can I expect the ball to go? If I swing like this, how far can I expect the ball to go? So force is the effort you put into your swing. So that's our vocab words. One more thing. Still going? Okay. One more thing that they didn't really talk about. When you get your stance set up, you need to be about shoulder width apart. You want to have your knees bent a little so you have flexibility. Hands back, step, weight shift, swing. So they didn't touch a lot on that, but Coach just did. So get up there where you feel comfortable, spread your feet out, get your knees bent, hands back. Little guys, just focus on watching the ball. Watch, 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 hit it off the tee. My older guys that are doing the tee, you pretend the pitcher's pitching to you. So I have my ball on the tee, pitcher's throwing it, I'm tracking it, I'm tracking it, I'm tracking it. Now I look down at the tee and I make contact. So K through 2, we're just going to stare at the ball and make sure we're hitting it. Older guys, we're going to pretend the pitcher's pitching it, and then we're going to pick it up in the strike zone just like we would track it from the pitcher's hand, and then we hit it. All right, so those were our vocab words. Now, remember, essential questions, higher order thinking questions, run through those with someone when you're finished. If you don't have anybody to talk to about with your questions, you can message me. We can have a discussion about it. Just remember, your safety rules are going to be the most important thing. Coach does not want you hitting a baseball in your house. He doesn't want you going outside without permission and hitting a baseball at somebody's window or cars or anything like that. I don't want you swinging a bat by your brother or sister and hitting them in the head, or your mom and dad or whoever. So make sure you're practicing safety rules. I'm going to attach a video clip of someone teaching a smaller child how to hit. That information will be very valuable to you. So watch my video first with the vocab and the setup so you have an understanding of what's going on. Watch the second video after mine, and that's just will help you to drive in the reps and the form and the swing, how to stand, how your hand should be, level swing, how it will look when you swing, or how you should look when you watch the kid swing on the other video. Any questions, just send me a post. Remember, if you want to ask me a question directly, you need to put @ and then put my last name, Librandi, Librandi. If you just make a post, I'll see it, but I may not see it right when you need to have that question answered for you. So if you want to talk about it, put @ and Coach's name, and then I'll get an alert, and I can actually get on there and answer you. You know, if it's during the school day, Coach probably won't answer you at midnight, but just keep that in mind when you put things. Parents too, if you have questions for me, tag me, put @ and then my name, and I can get it answered for you a lot quicker than if you just drop a line on the post. Okay, so enjoy the lesson. Hopefully next week we can move on and we'll talk about maybe swinging golf clubs or hockey sticks, the differences between that and the baseball. So have fun with this lesson. Remember, stay safe. Do it in a safe place. Let your parents know. If you're watching this and they're at work, please don't pull out the bat and the baseball and do this until they know that you're doing it, okay? Coach hopes you have a good week, and I'll see you next week with our next video.